everybody. My extreme apologies because this is not how tonight was supposed to go.
Nope.
But just like in every other real life situation, you just have to deal with shit. So here we are. We're starting late. Hope you guys will still tune in and join us. We'll even go late since, that's the cards we were dealt tonight. And I'm just going to hold down the fort for a minute because
Tinkle Toes had to go potty.
Rushing and Tinkle Toes.
Oh, hold on, wait a minute. We're using lapel mics.
Yeah.
I'm not about to take this mic into the bathroom.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just gonna let you go.
No, that mic stayed right there.
Yeah. Sorry guys, I tried. I was gonna give you that extra behind the scenes since we are doing new lapel mics tonight. So I thought Biz was gonna wear it in the bathroom. That would have been really fucking hilarious. But anyways. So we got a lot of things we're going to dig into tonight, and, we have a lot to share with you guys. So I hope many of you still tune in tonight because, it's fucking almost 7 o'clock and we're just now getting on here. So like I said, this was something uncontrollable. I apologize. We're still going to rock out an episode for you guys, though. So hopefully you guys will tune in and have questions for us. Hopefully, with the big announcement we have tonight, you guys will have questions. Some of that we can go deep on. Some of it we're not going to go deep on. So we'll kind of dive into all that tonight. But, rock and roll. Did you get your mic?
Bam.
All right. Here we go.
Here we go. We good now. Even with new technology.
New technology. I love it, man.
I should have done this a long time ago, but so many people are so used to just seeing mics and stuff in front of you where I embrace this right here because now we're hands-free. There's nothing in front of us. We're good. It sounds just as good. Everything is great.
I like that, but I mean, that's something we're going to seriously have to debate.
Okay.
Because I don't know why. Is it just nostalgic or is it like a podcast symbol? I love in a lot of the podcasts that I watch.
Seeing the microphone?
Dude. The old school though, the ones that look really badass, and you have the setup with the desks or the different platforms, and you can just rock and roll straight from it. And dude, it looks like something that should be in Music Hall of Fame. I don't know, that broadcasting, that just having that mic in front of you, it's way cool that I'm not
I spent $400 a mic and there's 4 of them in there. I get it, I got it. But for the reason that I figured that it made more sense tonight because it'd be a quicker, easier setup to do. And I kind of wanted to test run just to see. I use this for daily production. I got 2 sets of these, and I said, let's see what it sounds like. So if anybody's there chiming in, let G know, how does it sound? Does it sound just as good?
Yeah, y'all let us know.
Let us know.
Is this better than the stand
Or is
mics?
it just as good?
Or does everybody just watching me fight the mic stand through half the show? Because that seems to be the new norm over here.
Yeah, but you know what them stands, dude? I think I buy a set of those stands twice a year. They only last for so long, and the portability and moving them all around.
You know what though?
The desk ones are really good.
Yeah, but when you and I were talking earlier with some of the stuff we're gonna announce later on. You know what? I am so excited for when we get to that point because that means we got our spot.
Correct.
We're doing our thing. Oops. And on the same note, nobody else is fucking with our shit. Nobody's needing to borrow something. Stuff isn't going missing. We can take care of it the way we take care of our things. And we buy a nice mic stand, and it's not beating the shit out of us through the whole show.
Because it's not time to move.
Duct taped or whatever we have to do.
Get by. You gotta have that get by.
Yeah, we got the get by, but I'm ready.
You're tired of getting by?
I'm tired of getting by. I'm ready for the next level.
Oh man, so catching up, man. Let's first of all, you know what we haven't done? We haven't done a nice year in review.
Yeah.
Doing this shit for 3 years now, and this year's been very interesting.
Yeah, man, it's been different though. Right? Doesn't it feel really different? Not on the normal levels, because obviously you gain experience, you gain knowledge, and those add other dynamics to the show year after year.
True.
But this year has felt completely different, and the guests that have really hit it off with people and ones we thought would have been complete polar opposites. Like nothing has like aligned with how we thought it would go. You know, for example, my good friend Connor, and this is not me talking shit.
My new plumber, by the way.
This is just me, like, you know, giving a little more behind the background and looking at the analytics and everything. Like Connor, yes, he's new to what he's doing. I mean, I think he said like at the time when he was on here, I think his company has actually been in business for like 7-8 months, right? And like, and I knew this, and like, I wanted to help with the platform and talk about that stuff. But, you know, then I finally get Bill Pasha to come on, who is a media, marketing, radio guru that I thought was one of the like best episodes ever. And really entertaining, really fun, really knowledgeable. And that didn't even come close to Connor. Connor did what, and this is always what's shocking to me, he did what it takes people months to do in 1 week. In 1 week, he was the number 3 highest viewed show.
Now we are talking
Spotify
about numbers and analytics. So explain everybody.
Out of 3 years.
Let them know we're talking about analytics here.
Yeah. I mean, numbers and analytics. Like, but like that's crazy. You know, same thing when we brought my good buddy Tom Perry on. You know, an admiral, retired admiral in the Navy.
Luke Perry's
brother, which we didn't even talk about a whole lot. But because, and that was early on, that was in our early days.
Yeah.
And he was so captivating and so authentic and so on his beliefs and opinions that show just registered really high with everybody. So, yeah, man, like, I know we haven't talked about this. We haven't done one of these raps in a while, but like, what has your thoughts been?
I think that we had, the guests have always been quality, but I think one thing I noticed is that we had really, really good guests that were experts in their fields.
Yeah.
Even if you talk about Connor, like I got, you know, right after the show, I booked him to fix like a whole bunch of stuff that was wrong in my house water-wise, and he got there, and the people he sent out were excellent at it, very good at it, and it was just a top-notch experience. Pricing was beautiful, everything was good, man. And the great thing I like about it, the guy that came out, he was like, "Oh, you got a Beezer home? I got one of these too. Let me tell you everything that's going to break, and you want me to fix it now." I'm like, be my guest, and he knocked it all out. It was good. You know, when you talk about Bill, that's, you know, I come from the world of radio. So I was on Cloud 9, you know, in that episode, you know.
Dude, right?
We've just had a lot of more people that were just more versed in what it is they did, and they brought so much to the show with what they had to offer. And I think that was just excellent. So, you know, and then I'll never call a show a miss. I'll just say that everything isn't always going to be a home run.
Right,
you
for
know?
sure.
So it's not dissing anybody we've ever had on the show, not dissing at all. You know, last week's show with Jay was great. You know, I reread a book that I had, you know, the E-Myth, because I've had it and I never read it. I literally just finished it today driving here, listening to it. You know,
dude, and Jay's show was fire, but like that's getting love on some platforms, but not Spotify.
Well, I think with this whole social
and like
media
you
thing,
see
it's going to be
shorts, the shorts that came off of Jay's, bro,
all of them are nuggets.
They were just fire. Yeah, like, and I didn't even have to like really fuck with them, edit. Like, you know, I play around with those quite a bit depending on what it gives me back. And man, like, short of like using the AI tool to take out filler words and or pauses, I didn't have to do shit. Like the week before, man, like shit, whereas normally I spend about an hour doing that once it's processed, like I'll spend about an hour scheduling them to post, making any small revisions and go. Like the last couple before that have taken me 2-3 hours. Like those came out solid, yet they're not registering like near as high on some. So like that's the stuff that is so tricky to figure out with all this. And what's up, Austin? Look, Austin's on here. Like, love it.
Hey, what
and
up? Hey, what
our
up?
boy Josh Sims. Josh
was going to be our guest. I was talking to Josh in the gym. I said, "Hey man, it's just going to be me and G tonight." He said, "I come on."
I know.
I should have told Josh to come hang out.
He reached out to me, but because of the announcements and everything else, and the fact that I hadn't got to like really talk to you, like my wife doesn't even know about this announcement. Like,
oh snap! Sarah don't know.
No, like I just like legitimately made my firm decision on this today, and I texted you this morning when I knew it was just us, and I was like, you know what? Another sign that this is what needs to happen. Like this is what we're gonna do. So yeah, I'm excited to tell you all about this and dive into this. We're gonna do a bunch of different things tonight, and we're gonna dive all over the place. But part of the reason, well, really the whole reason that like we had to start so late, there's a new cigar at ICC, and I'm not gonna lie, this is a really fucking good cigar, and I would love to have something negative to really say right now.
But you can't.
But I can't. Like, and that would just be being mad because my space got taken over for a little too fucking long. And I thought I had it all worked out. But that didn't go in my favor tonight. But I will tell y'all, and the owner is cool as shit. Like, when I tell y'all, there's not many cigar brand ambassador owners, master blender, master cigar guy that you want to talk about.
If Suave was a human being, it would be this dude.
Yeah, if Suave was a human being,
was a human,
and European,
and super
it would be
European,
this dude.
My man walks in, got the all ice white pure linen suit on, all ice white everything. With the
fedora.
Gorgeous, the white fedora with the blue long scarf, walked in. Bro, have you ever seen an episode of
With a bag, with a very elegant like bag for his product.
He was swagged out, man. He was swagged out.
Dude came in with intention. And I mean, I have a lot of respect for that. And I will tell you there, like where I was going with that is, I don't think there's many showstoppers in this industry. Like, really, like, how many of these cigar guys, when they walk into any one of their big cigar events, cigar trade shows, any of the big things, how many of them really move the needle? Like, to where, like, the legit brands and people are, like, fanboying over something. I personally can only think of 3. Okay. And I don't know that there's, I mean, I'm sure there's more than that, but, you know, you're in rare company when your name starts getting mentioned with like Luciano and Nelson Alfonso, and you start getting into that realm. Like that is a different league of cigar. And I'm not gonna lie, like I was not happy about the price point on these cigars. They are expensive. But I kind of nailed it to a T, because the first one I was smoking earlier, and you guys, I apologize. Josh, maybe you can correct me. I'm sure you've been coached on how to fucking say this, but it's Marifol.
That sounds about right.
Marifol.
That sounds about right.
And they're from like
Belgium.
Belgium is where they're. And this cigar brand apparently has been around for like decades.
The cigar you have right now, the tobacco is 34 years old. B, can you kill this?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. 34 years old.
Yeah.
Are we right, Brandon? 34?
Like,
we're live. You good?
Yeah.
Say hi.
Yeah, are you mic'd up? Damn.
We're mic'd up here. Yeah. We were talking just all the shit about how long you kept us waiting. And while all our guests had to wait.
But
You're right.
He right.
But if you could kill the music,
Yeah,
we
I'll kill
appreciate it.
that.
34-year-old
man,
tobacco.
B.
Hey, Brandon, real quick. He's gone. He's already gone. I was just making sure we was pronouncing it. Are we pronouncing it? No, not this. The music.
Yeah, the
No, we want
cigar.
this. The music. Yeah, the music.
Maripol?
Mirafell.
Mirafell.
Oh shit, we was both wrong.
Mirafell. So we were close.
All right, so we talking about Mirafell, the cigar. All right, there it is.
Yeah, so Biz was asking me when I lit the first one, describe it to me, tell me about it. And all I could say is that it's a really easy smoke. There wasn't any real distinct crazy flavor hitting me,
Okay.
but you could tell
you.
completely that it was a really, like, it smoked and tasted like a really well-aged vintage cigar. Like when we go by
Like Moses
the rare
rolled this
occasion,
cigar.
like
Moses rolled that cigar. Right.
like really classic vintage cigar, like Cuban that you can buy in the like vault, something like that. Like it just had that kind of feeling to it. And like I wanted to use the word earthy, but that's not the right word because it wasn't like an earthy taste, but it was very simplistic, but well balanced. And like the cigar tasted the same 100% from start to finish. Like a lot of cigars have that like almost like a story arc, you know, like it starts out here, it gets up here, it comes
now, the
back
one
down.
you're smoking now is supposed to do that.
This is the other one that started with an E.
Yes, this is the Ernest.
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 Yeah.
So now the one you had before, you said
This
was this is the one
definitely
that's
has-
the adventure that goes
This
peppers.
this one still tastes very aged, but this one definitely is a way bolder
That's what he said.
smoke.
He called it an adventure.
Yeah, it's definitely got a lot more components to its flavor profile. Whereas the other one was just like, man, like the best way I can describe it is like if you had never smoked a cigar and I gave you a cigar for the first time because you wanted to try it, and you actually picked a really good one, and I'm not bullshitting y'all, like these are like $40, $50 cigars.
They
like
are.
they're pricey. They're not cheap. But if I gave you that and all you had was a familiarity because like your grandfather smoked cigars and you had that, so what you smelled made you think kind of like this is what it should taste like, because that's kind of how it smells. It's what it made you feel because it was like old timey and your grandfather smoked them while he was telling you stories on the patio.
But it still has a little bit of renaissance to it. That it's
It
not
just has that element.
okay.
And it doesn't push you in any one direction. The first one, which I don't remember what that one was called, but
It's like 6 different Vitolas out there. So
Yeah.
I don't know what they are.
like, and
but-
every one of their rappers apparently has like a very unique story. So
Dope.
excited that this brand is here. It's really good. So I hope you guys try it. Like for those of you that really want to treat yourself to something and smoke something that is going to be very vintage, well aged. I mean, like every bad quality of tobacco has been aged out of this thing. Like, I mean, like the other one I smoked until I was like burning my
He
fingers.
said you could smoke it to the nub and it's going to be the same.
Yeah,
all the
and
way.
it didn't change.
And for those that don't smoke cigars, if you look at the way the ash is not, it's burning evenly. The ash is bright white, which shows
Yeah.
the age in the tobacco, and it's just built well.
It stays like really, really white. Like,
How long have you been like seriously smoking cigars?
man, like what I would consider seriously smoking cigars, I'll say 5 years.
I'm about 7. I didn't seriously start smoking cigars till I got here. I'm about 6.5.
The
7.
first cigar that I really smoked and like enjoyed and don't really remember why I decided to do it then, but like it seemed right, it fit, and it's one of my favorite cigars I've ever smoked was when Sarah and I got married and we were in Aruba, and
well,
I
shit,
went and
that's-
bought a
that's-
Cohiba from a guy down at the little cigar shack by the beach.
It wasn't
and-
dried out or messed up. It
No,
was
man,
real
like
shit?
they have some legit cigar guys there.
Okay.
And like bought a really nice legit cigar, and man, I enjoyed the shit out of it.
My first cigar that made me love cigars, believe it or not, was the Lancero 1880. The 1880. I mean, and I had some others.
By Padron? That's Padron, right?
No, that was by our boy. Oh my goodness, the house isn't here anymore. It's gone. You don't remember the 1880? And then they came out with different versions of it. He's down in Houston, and he has his own cigar called Osaka.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
But he
they
was
have the
the-
crazy, like almost like the Mayan looking.
Yeah, but he represented the 1880 brand because he helped blend it and do it. And I mean, I smoked some Principles and some other things before that were great. They were good. But when I hit that 1880, when I graduated into more of a full body cigar that made you just stop, sit down, and be like, damn, this is good. It was that cigar. And then now I challenge myself whenever I go in the humidor here or anywhere to try to smoke something different.
Yeah.
But it's kind of hard when you get a wheelhouse and then you know what it is here because it's more of a boutique built humidor.
Yeah.
And then you go to somewhere like Cigar International, it's like freaking Walmart, and you have all this stuff. And I'm not saying there's not other good cigars out there, but they're just kind of hard to find because I've been spoiled by what we have in here. You know, because the selection.
It's
here is
even
pretty
hard
nice.
here, I find, because it'll turn into a mood thing for me. Am I feeling adventurous? Is there something new to try? Like, do I want to try this? Or is this just a day where I need to go to a tried and true? Like, I just want to smoke this.
That's good. Sorry, that's good. I just haven't tasted alcohol in so long. I'm like, when it hits your lips.
Well, yeah, I had to get him on my level a little bit, y'all, because I was getting so pissed earlier that I just kept drinking. So y'all are going to get live and raw Garret tonight. Like, there's no telling what
Y'all remember him, don't you?
Now you have no
y'all
idea
remember
what I'm
him,
going to
don't
say
you?
now. But yes, Josh, I did dress up just for you and Dave tonight because
Josh, don't encourage him. Just don't encourage him. Josh.
he already did. He said he was going to possibly come up tonight, but he didn't want to dress up. And I'm like, why the hell are you dressing up to go to the Cigar Lounge? He's like, bro, there's like an event tonight. Like it's a spotlight night. And I'm like, cool. So I guess that tells me that I'm just going to have to listen to Dave make fun of me about whatever I'm wearing and that I didn't dress up for whatever spotlight thing. No, y'all, like, yeah, there's a time and a place. If you're doing business, there's an attire. But then if you are doing you, do you.
So let me ask you about that. So
Like that shit drives me
dress
nuts.
codes and dress to different things and whatever. You don't think that? Do you ever have? I mean, you've come dressed sometimes when we have different guests on here.
True.
You've been spiffy diffy, whatever.
True.
Now, I mean, now you're just being you. This is Garret.
Yeah.
This is Garret.
Like, yeah, if you
It's casual Garret because
catch
normally
me-
you'll have on a t-shirt. So
Yeah.
you got buttons on, so this is casual Garret.
Yeah, well, yeah, there are some buttons on
There's
this.
some buttons today, but you still got flip flops and shorts on. You cool? It's 855 degrees outside.
Exactly.
Trust me, I know. I got on knit, but there's nothing wrong with. I think. Are you a big connoisseur of dressing up, or do you like to keep it just casual all the time?
I like to keep it casual.
Like, how do you dress at the office? Can y'all dress like that at the office? 'Cause
Yeah, I mean,
you're pretty much in the office and not going
If I am
out?
doing the office day, like, all right, so I'm prepared. I have a polo or polos hanging in my office
with the
to
company
wear,
name and all that stuff.
but
on
yeah,
it.
that are logoed, all the stuff, and like, if I get an emergency call or unexpected because I think it's going to be an office day, if I think it's going to be an office day, this is what you're getting. And I can debate this, and I know there's a flip side to this, and I may be changing my opinion on this. But if in general I know it's just going to be an office day, like I'm going to be comfortable and casual, but I am prepared. I have a change that if business calls, I can be prepared and not have to drive all the way home. I can change in my office and go.
So I've changed my whole thing, as you see.
Yeah.
Just that because after kind of changing attitude, finally lost some weight, got in shape, looked nice or whatever, I kind of taken on the moniker, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. You know, I used to just wear sweats and a t-shirt all the time.
I'm getting there, bro. And right, like that's an amazing like change of perspective, right? Same thing, beard, no beard. When I started thinking about it, yeah, I was getting way overweight. Starting to get a double chin a little bit, you know.
Because you hit it up
things.
under
But man,
the ZZ
once you
top.
got the beard, didn't have to worry about it.
Right.
So it made me more comfortable. But then once I changed all those things, then yeah, started getting in better shape, started, you know, all these things. Well, yeah, now other things, even if it's just in my mind, look better on me.
No, that's one thing that's great because perception is what makes you who you are. You know, I feel more confident when I am more dressed up, taking time instead. Because I thought it was this whole Mark Zuckerberg approach that, man, if I just wear the same shit all the time, I ain't got to worry about thinking about what I get dressed. It's all clean, you know, different pair of sweats or jeans and a black t-shirt. I did that shit for a year. And then when I looked at it different, because in both of our industries, you never know when opportunity will pop up. It could be at a Starbucks. It could be at Walmart. I always, so what do you do? And there's your opportunity, but you only get one chance at a first impression. Whether you dress whatever, you know, because they're going to judge you by your look at first until you open your mouth, and then you bedazzle them with what you do and you come across that can overpower your look. But what if it's just based off of, well, I was going to mess with him, but he had on flip-flops, and I was like, ah. Granted that you're not in a business meeting, and I don't expect you to be in a Brooks Brothers 24/7.
So I have a couple different opinions on this.
Holla at me.
I do completely agree with like dressing for the occasion.
Okay.
So if I know I'm having a business meeting, and yes, I should be more consistent with this. Like, I do realize I am 45 years old. I need to grow up a little bit and dress more my part.
There's millionaires that dress like that every damn day.
I get it, but for a larger percentage of life situations, I should take it up a notch.
Okay.
That's how I feel. Now, I also like playing with that whole scenario. Like, my wife hates this, but I literally will dress like this or worse when I'm like ready to go like update the wardrobe and go to like Neiman Marcus or something.
Damn.
And I will literally walk in there looking like a construction worker, looking like a very casual dude. And that is very intentional. I want to see who is going to try to offer me service.
Who's going to be the best stylist? Who's going to actually capture your essence?
Who is really going to want to like help me?
Now in that scenario, I 10,000% agree.
And it's funny because the big wigs and the like, whoever's the top performers, 9 times out of 10, are not who comes and approaches me.
What you would think is crazy. You would think that those would be the one to get the most opportunity.
Take the advantage of that opportunity. They don't. They see it as, this guy ain't got money. This guy ain't gonna buy shit. This guy's window shopping. Whatever. It's almost always the very young kid that is either very new or just trying to get by. And
do you spend money with that kid?
It depends. How do they approach the situation? Do they offer help? Do they offer assistance? Or do they let me just wander aimlessly? Are they the annoying person that comes by every 2 seconds and doesn't give me any time to breathe before checking on me again? I play with all these scenarios. It's like a game to me.
I just read something I'm starting to pay attention to now in that scenario, that in the book, The E-Myth, one of the to be successful in sales, it is the approach. How many times do you go somewhere and they said, can I help you? You looking for something? Or, hey, have you been here before? Have you been here before? Sparks a totally different conversation than, can I help you with anything, or just let me know? You see what I'm saying? That because you're normally here to seeing that, and that's a great exit. I'm good. I'm just looking. Or have you ever been here before? No, I haven't. Well, cool. Then tell me, what brings you in? Have you heard about this? Look at that. I like your style. What are you trying to? You trying to change something? Are you trying to do? I mean, like, there's a total different way to dive into the water, and you can see somebody that's been doing it for a minute that understands how to create a conversation versus just a sale.
Yeah. And my favorite scenario in that is when I find one of those kids and the kid starts helping me. And the kid now realizes, like, holy shit, this dude's about to spend a grip in here. Like, he's gonna buy some shit. And I'm going through thinking, all right, I need this and this. I have my base plan, but like, all right, cool. You sparked my right interest. I might buy some more shit. And it's always funny, the really annoying, pestering one that didn't really want my attention early on, who you can tell is probably one of their top sales guy. He's in the much more expensive suit. He's decked out more. He was too busy chasing the stay-at-home mom or whoever was in there that he thought was shopping for the
daddy's
CEO
credit card
husband or whatever. You know, he's been chasing them. As soon as he sees me start piling up stuff, guess who's the first one to come over and be like, do you guys need help? And trying to help, like, act like he's really trying to help his associate and try to smooth in love. I love turning those dudes down and like sending them on their way. Like, that makes my day.
I sold Warren Buffett a car. Same scenario, but it wasn't Warren Buffett. It was his assistant.
Cool Beans is on here.
What?
Cool Beans is on.
Oh my goodness.
Just saying. She picked a good episode to come
on.
on.
Yeah, we'll tell you why in a minute. But guy came into the dealership dressed bummy, like literally bummy looking. Nobody went out to assist him. Nobody went out to talk to him. Nobody did anything. And I'm a young and I'm rookie, so I went out and upped him, what we call it. And I let him down. Hey, how can I help you? You know, I didn't treat him any different based on what he had on. This man bought 2 vehicles, brand new, off the showroom floor because he was Warren Buffett's driver. And of course, the minute that one of the old heads found out who it was, once the deal was getting done, he comes running up. Hey, how you been? Dude said, don't even try to guess my name because you didn't get up off your butt and come out and help me. The commission is his. Don't even worry about it. And this dude tried to raise hell about it, but you can't go based off that perception. But that's in the sales approach. But now, let's take it back to the original when you walk out of the house. You know, if self-esteem, self-confidence, I'm not saying, like I said, you ain't got to be G'd up and dressed all the way to the nines when you leave the house. But if you know somebody that's in your industry, if you're going somewhere, like I've made business, I used to go to Starbucks all the time, and I've actually gotten a couple of deals because me and this guy drove the same color kind of truck or whatever. But people do eyeball you before they approach you or decide to talk to you, or they may even base your conversation on your presentation.
Absolutely. That's why I said I think I need to tweak this a little bit for myself personally. Like, I've taken a way too casual approach to this.
Dude, you put in like a shit ton of work in the last 4 months in your body, done everything else, lost weight, swole up, man. It's time. Fall coming up. Go ahead and, grab you some Slimmy shirts and some other things and show out.
I mean, I get it, but I'm just saying, like, in general, I should dress a little more my age more often.
Fair enough.
More often. You're still not going to get me away from being a t-shirt and jeans guy.
That's your thing.
Like, that is who I am. I am a t-shirt and jeans guy. Don't get me wrong. When the time's right and what's going on, like, I'd love to wear, like, a custom tailored badass fucking suit or whatever. Unfortunately, I don't get that opportunity as much anymore. Because in my industry, in construction, dress for success does not mean the same thing. Like, you have to take that to different levels, right?
But what about your position in the industry?
But it also depends on your position. But still, you can't go too far with it, right? Like, if, let's just say I owned my own GC company and I am meeting on site on a property with a new set of clients. When I say new set of clients, I mean the ownership representatives are there and the management representatives. If I show up to that in a really expensive vehicle that does not pertain to construction.
You ain't flipping.
Like, if I show up in a freaking Corvette or a Porsche or a whatever, like not the right move, like that's a very
You
bad
better be in
idea.
the F-250.
If I show up in a full-on suit, not a good idea most of the times, but know your client, know what type of property you're going to.
Exactly.
Are you going to an A premium property? Are you going either way? You need to tailor that because you don't want to give the impression that you are too expensive, that you make too much money, or that you cost too much.
That's knowing your
Like
industry.
you have to know that about the situation.
A real estate agent showing a home is going to be different than you showing up to a site. Me going to a marketing meeting is going to be different than somebody showing up for something different.
Yeah, because a real estate agent in the same kind of scenario, you could go pick a client up that is looking to buy their first home, and maybe this first home is a $250,000 home, right? If you are an established or establishing yourself as a real estate agent, you could theoretically go pick them up in your 7 Series BMW or your Mercedes or your Escalade and take them to show this. That's not going to hurt you. If anything, it might help you because they're like, oh, we have a badass realtor. He or she is, obviously really good at this. Like, this is in our best interest, even though they're only buying the price point. Now, as you start moving up price points, that starts to matter.
Correct.
Because if you go pick up said client that's looking at a $2.5 million, $3.5 million home,
a certain,
and you go pick them up in a Honda Civic to go show them, they're gonna think you don't know the real estate game to be playing at that level.
Or you may be
So
thrifty.
you have to adjust this to whatever industry you're in and be very cognizant of that.
Have you made any judgments on people based on the way they're dressed just in your industry alone, or is it everybody's kind of across the board? Like when you're looking at new clients, have any of your clients ever showed up looking like they just fell out the gym? But they got that bread, so it don't matter? Because you know their background?
Man, I mean, like, it's so widespread and different. Like,
did their clothing make a difference at the end of the day when the deal was done?
No, I don't think so. But I mean, I can see how on new deals, especially until you start building rapport and you have a relationship and it's not just trying to get your foot in the door, like those are completely different scenarios. You have to find what's going to work for you and how you want to present yourself based on the situations you're walking into. Like, you should know enough about that person to know, like I have clients, especially back in the day, like, people have heard me talk about Ken Schwartz. Man, if I showed up wearing like khakis and a button up and like loafers to a meeting with Ken Schwartz, he would have looked me up and down, laughed at me, and asked me what the fuck I was doing there.
So what's the expected attire for a meeting with him?
He's like, you don't know shit about construction. Like, I should have shown up in some cowboy boots, some work boots, jeans, and a polo. Like, a polo is as far as that goes. Like, you have to look the part of whatever it is that you're a part of. And if the impression is that you are a construction expert, and depending on the age and demographic of your client, they have a certain impression of what that looks like.
So how do you...
Someone like that is a construction guy that we'll just say at the time was 60 years old, he grew up with a different generation. The guys that work with their hands and know their shit, they look a certain way, they dress a certain way.
So how do you then research to know how to show up to said meeting when you're seeing different clients and different things? Is there kind of a baseline standard so you be kind of neutral? Or, because like say if you sent out one of your rookie guys to go out and talk with him, not saying that, I know he's a bigger wig that you probably wouldn't send a rookie, but is there any way that you research somebody before you meet with them? Not just how to dress, but how to approach them? Or
I think you kind of just research the industry in general and know who your audience is. I mean, am I meeting with a construction guy? Am I meeting with an owner rep? Am I meeting with a management VP? Am I meeting with a property manager? You know, like in my industry, those are all different scenarios, right? So, and what do my competitors wear in the field? Like because a lot of times you go to these bid meetings and there's 3 to 5 of you. What are they wearing?
So if you didn't get the bid, another person did. You're not only checking out his tactics, but him head to toe.
Yeah, you get to see them when you're out there bidding and stuff. So like, what is your competition doing? Is everybody wearing jeans and a polo? Someone wearing t-shirts? Someone wearing suits? Like, what are they doing? What's their norm?
All right, let me twist it for you.
And I think when you don't fully know, you at least got to know what your industry average is. Like, and I would say our industry average is boots of any sorts, jeans, and a polo. You're cool with that. Like, that ain't gonna help you above and beyond any normal reasoning, and it ain't gonna hurt you.
So I'll twist it. What do you wear with a date night?
I just saw a funny meme on this where a couple had a shared post of the husband comes out and it's date night, and he's got like a sweatshirt and jeans on and a hat backwards, and the wife is literally like, "What are you wearing?" He's like, "What? It's cold outside. We're going to dinner at, you know, our favorite little place here. Like, this is what I'm wearing." And she's like, you can see like disappointment and everything. And then she goes, "But when he goes to play golf," and like the dude is like, "Is my shirt pressed right? Like, is this too flashy? Do these colors match? I'm wearing these shoes. I got this hat.
It's true.
Like, here's my outfit. Or did I wear this last time? Like, are my guys gonna make fun of me? Like, should I do it?" And she's like, "Really? Date night, you came out like a bum, and then
You go to the golf
you
course.
got
to the
$200 outfit on to go play golf with your buddies."
Is there truth to that? Yep. Yep. I believe it. But me, I guess you would base it on where you're going. Because if you're going to your favorite little, well, I don't know, because Kenny's Burgers. I mean, if you're going to your own little spot that's not nothing really formal, dress accordingly. But you probably be like casual G like you are now.
It just depends, man. Like, I mean, I won't lie. What's up, Kenny Mitchell? And yes, babe, that's truth. Kenny Mitchell on here, my boy at Operation Yellow Tape.
Oh, Kenny.
Good to see you on here, man. We need to catch up. It's just weird that people don't think about those type of things regularly. You get stuck in a habit, right?
True.
You know, and I'll be the first to admit, I've had situations change, like in Javier's, one of my favorite places to go.
Which I still need to go.
I love Javier's. Yes, you need to go with us. Just like you were supposed to hang out with us last Friday, but you never ended up coming back. Anyways.
Just do this. Boy, you don't forget nothing.
No, I don't. You wanted to have a date night. You said, like, we should do date night. And I said, cool. You said, all right, well, I'm going to check Cool Beans and I'll get back to you.
Did I ask you? We'll see in the comments.
I don't know. Cool Beans is on here, so she can even see if you even ever brought that up last week.
I know, I've mentioned about, like, I know I've mentioned that we've been trying to get together.
Yeah.
I know I've mentioned it, but life be life.
But like Javier's, right? Don will tell us, like, because I usually go with Don.
Correct.
Like, Don's like the fucking mayor of Javier's.
He's the mayor of anywhere we've ever been with Don.
Yeah, I know. Like, he has those relationships with everybody. It's insane. But if we're going to be on the patio all night, right? I'm wearing something super comfortable. Like, I'm wearing, especially if it's summer.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm wearing, I mean, if I wear a button up or a polo, like short sleeve, whatever, and shorts, that's probably as fancy as I'm getting. But the problem then lies if everybody gets tired of being outside and or Don gets the opportunity to move into the cigar bar, guess what? That attire does not work inside. They will not let you. No hat, no shorts. Like, they really want you in pants and a jacket and no hat. I don't give a shit if you're wearing a fedora. You be wearing the nicest fedora. They will not let you wear a hat in there. So, and I can tell you, like, I have literally been made the exception. I've been the one that we couldn't go in because of.
Always
So
Garrett. Always.
yeah.
Kind of like
So
Red Phone Booth
I
from their
mean,
rules.
it does matter though. But yeah, it a little different.
But Red Phone Booth
Red
give you a
phone booth,
jacket.
man, like they need to figure this shit out. Like, if you tell me I gotta wear pants and a jacket year round, you can kiss that goodbye. Like, I ain't doing that. Like, I get it. You want to set a certain standard, but like, be reasonable for the seasons.
I forgot
All
one
right,
time,
you
and I
wanna
went in
say
there
no
with cargo shorts
t-shirts?
on, and they let me slide as long as I didn't like. Well, I had a friend from out of town, my boy from DC, and I was dressed nice, but I had on cargo shorts, and I forgot the rules about cargo shorts. But being that we had been there a few times, they let me slide that one time. Just she said, "Don't get up and
They
walk around too
would,
much."
but the problem with them too lies. They'll let you slide, but if other people say anything about them
Then I
letting
got-
you
then
slide,
I gotta go.
they will come and revoke what they already agreed to with you and kick you out. That's happened to me there.
Wow.
And that really pissed me off. Like, you just came and said you would let me in. I mean, dude, I was wearing golf attire. Granted, it was like late fall. I was wearing like Travis Matthews golf shorts, a polo, and like they said they let me in. I took my hat off, put a jacket on. So like I look like an idiot wearing some like, and of course they gave me this like wool winter suit jacket
That didn't
my
match no
grandfather
colors what you had on. Itching.
All right, yeah, itching. I don't care. Fine. And then 45 minutes later, after I start a cigar, we bought some drinks. They come back over and like, sorry, sir, it's just not going to work. We've had enough people question or say something. We're going to have to ask you to leave. And I'm like, y'all, like, this is the dumbest business model I've ever seen in my life.
Yes and no. I have to agree. The only thing is,
Don't ever make an exception then. Like,
that part.
Like-
Just you didn't make the part you don't get in. It's like when we used to have, I've been DJing clubs forever, and you have a dress code. And I remember we going out one night, and this was back at home, and I had on cowboy boots, jeans, or whatever. And one of my partners, because it was one of our partners, he had a dress code strictly because back in Omaha, all the youngins always fight. They go in there, they're fighting, whatever. And what are they dressed in? Baggy pants, Jordans, or whatever. So I had on jeans, a jacket, and cowboy boots, and two of our crew had on Jordans. And he's like, y'all can't get in. But the first thing went, man, these are $600 Jordans. He said, well, you should have spent $600 and bought some dress shoes and a jacket so you can come into my establishment. But you can take your $600 Jordans and take them down to the block where you can get in at. So people sometimes throw at people, man, I paid $1,000 for this outfit. We tell you, you paid $1,000 for the wrong outfit to come in here.
yeah, know your audience.
Know your audience, yeah.
You know?
And we can't really bitch about the rules because
Yeah.
it's the rules. If you had certain rules about somebody coming into your home, you got to take your shoes off. Man, I ain't taking my shoes off. What's it? You're going to be on the patio and you got to walk around the house.
I mean, E. Hall just said, what's up, Eric, man? Good to see you on here, brother. Miss seeing you, man. I ain't seen you in a while, but
He be
said
dropping them
always
prayers
dress
online,
the
man.
occasion and if possible, the weather.
He does. I think I see E in something dressed down one time. If not, E always has on a jacket, cowboy hats, and cowboy boots.
Dude, whether he's driving or riding his bike, I've seen him do it all. I've seen him pull up in his bike in a damn suit. And I'm like, what just happened?
And you don't have to if you stay ready, you
Yeah,
don't have
you're
to get ready.
Yeah, man. Like,
What else have you noticed then about if you keep saying I'm 45, have you noticed anything else about your changes in attitude, your changes in approach? And I'm not talking about work. I'm just talking about people because I've been told the older I get, the grumpier I get, but I love it because now you're getting to the point where you just ain't got time for the BS. And what's on your mind, if it's on your mind, you ain't got to sugarcoat
man, how deep are we going to go on this?
I mean, when you talk about what we're about to change to, it makes perfect sense.
I mean, it does. All right. So I think the first few things that come to mind when you say that is, and I mentioned this a while ago, and I don't remember who said it now, but I heard somebody, whom I respect and value their opinions and that I think is truly a leader, and I can't remember who it was, said, if the majority of your inner circle is still the same shit and people that you were running around in high school, not saying you don't still have your good long-term friend and
Your
you don't
day
keep in
ones.
touch,
Yeah.
your day ones, not saying that, but if that is all you are running around with and that it is still that same circle,
I know who said this.
and you're staying in that,
I know who said this.
then like you nor them have grown at all.
Will said that.
No, it
Will
wasn't
talked
Will.
about that
It
when he
wasn't-
was on this. When he
Will
was
and
on
I,
here.
I remember we brought it up, and I know there was a big.
Maybe you
post-
brought it up or whatever, but Will went into that because Will
Mhm.
talked about him being from Shreveport and how he's separated. Because I've been to Shreveport with him.
Yeah.
And those things, and we all kind of go through that a little bit when you see the people in your past that are still doing the same old thing. Now I've had to learn, and I give my wife this credit, not to judge them, because if they're in their happy place, I can't judge somebody. I used to always just diss people back at home because you're doing the same old thing. But if that same old thing has them happy, cool. It's when they complain about the same old thing and do nothing about it is where the judgment
All
comes
right,
in.
that is exactly where I'm at with it as well, and this is something my wife points out to me pretty regularly, because when I achieve a goal or I start doing something to change or better myself or whatever, she will quickly point out to me when I am being judgy. Because now I've accomplished something, now I've done something, and maybe I'm projecting that I'm being judgy.
I think that's kind of human.
I think that's human, but like if I'm openly doing that and not conscious of it, like yes, I absolutely want that to be pointed out to me. But I typically personally don't feel that I do that unless, the majority of the time, unless you are a person that with whatever that achievement or thing that I've done or conquered or am working on conquering has happened. Let's just use fitness and health for an example.
Fair enough.
Unless you are bitching and complaining about it and not doing anything, if you're not doing that, then I'm probably not judging you. Like, yeah, maybe in my fucking head, I don't think I'm projecting that or like verbalizing any of that. But if you actually are that person that just, I think, that wants to talk about it and complain about it or even ask, but you don't ever take action or do anything, yeah, I got no time for that.
That's like somebody in the gym walks up to you and they're extremely overweight and they try to tell you how to work out. Or judges your form or judges anything you do and try to tell you what to do.
Had that experience earlier this week with a guy that tried to jump in my little circuit. And I was like, cool, jump in, bro. And then wanted to talk to me for 15 minutes.
He interrupted your flow.
And I was like ready to kill the guy. But like, I get it. It's cool. You know, you can, you know, I'm happy to share my knowledge, whatever. But yes, I think like Josh just said too, Josh said at 45, I find myself digging in more and more on my convictions. Yes. I'm standing on things that I believe in more.
Yeah.
I'm taking action more on things that I believe in. And a lot of this, I think, is growth and lessons learned. And damn it, man, like life is short. Like we all don't know. Like, look, I mean, I don't know how many of you on here are 80s children, but like our 80s just got killed this week alone.
4.
Theo from Cosby Show,
Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne, the Hulk. I mean,
No,
that's
yeah,
all
Hulk
80s
Hogan.
right there.
And then if
for
you like
sure.
music, my man Chuck Mangione.
Yeah, Chuck
Chuck
Mangione,
Mangione's
a
gone.
trumpet player. Like,
Yep.
I mean, you don't know, man. Like tomorrow, like I think as you get older, a lot of these things get clarification. You slowly start to realize that you can't do everything forever. time is valuable.
That part.
You know, time is valuable. Like you start valuing your time and how you spend your time.
It flies
And
by
like,
so fast.
And I personally think, like, I mean, your friend circle. So I think there should be 3 circles in this. Your family and friends, like close friends. I'm not just talking about like acquaintances and stuff. That's one circle, and then you have your inner circle of people that like you really trust and whatnot. And then I think you almost have a third circle, or you should, that's kind of like your board and your mentors. And maybe some of these circles overlap a little bit, and probably should, depending on where you're at and what you're doing in life. But focusing on those, and you know, I got used to this moving every 3 years growing up, and I used to be really jealous of people that had friends that they had known since they were in first grade. You know, like, 'cause I've never had that friend. Like, I mean, my oldest, still in constant communication friend, I can limit it down to 3, and if you add the still in regular communication, that narrows it down to 1. It would be Jacob Webster, and you know, Jacob is the first person I met when I moved to Texas when I was 16 years old, and we still speak regularly. We get together occasionally, and we still maintain a friendship. But you start evaluating this inner circle and these friends, and if you're not, you should, periodically, because for me that seems like it changes every, to different degrees, every 5-10 years, and it should, because that means you're all growing. It doesn't mean you have to completely grow apart and that you don't still associate or have a friendship. But those deeper connections, like, that changes. Like, you don't want to be the person, like, I evaluate certain things when I meet certain people. Will and I had this conversation recently. You know, like, when I met Will, it was at Monarch Stag when we were filming a show with a guest that was a royal pain in the ass. And this guest caused problems for a lot of different people that were there that night in one way or another. And Will and I exchanged information, kind of hit it off, and then we continued that. And it grew in, and like, but if you're the only person in the relationship that's making an effort, that you're calling them randomly to see how their day was, what's going on in their world, that ain't a friendship. If you're the only one. If you're getting that back and there's genuine relationship building and conversation, and you're mutually inviting and getting invited to different things and doing things, that is what I pay attention to. If this is a one-way street, it ain't gonna last long, and I will cut that off and write it as an acquaintance real quick.
Communication goes both ways. You know, and I have friends that have been dear friends since I was in the military that they check on me more than I check on them, and it's damn near I got to start scheduling to reach out to them just to say, hey, how you doing? Because I feel so guilty when they hit me up and say, hey, how you doing? I thought I'd just check on you. I'm like, hey, what's going on? And I feel bad because they're still dear friends to me, but life, I mean, man, it's you do have to sit down, and I'm horrible at it, in making time just to do that small little check-in, because the ones that you're so used to in your immediate circle, it's easy because they're always on top of mind. But you do have true, genuine relationships just to, hey, even if it's just an annual check-in, you know, that's something that I feel that you should do. But it just depends on who they were in your life, I guess, at that time and where you are now. Because, like, some people do fall off, you know, because you're busy, you evolve, which is a good thing. If you fall off because you're too busy to call or do whatever, great. No big deal. You know, just, hey, make sure you're okay. But some people ain't got nothing going on, nothing to do, so they call you all the time with the same old.
Yeah, I'm cutting that shit off too. Like, if you are Groundhog's Day,
Every Monday's the same.
Or if you are just a really negative person, like, yo, I don't have time for that. Like,
Protect your
I'm
peace,
not
man.
dealing with that, man. Like, I'm trying to do so much personally and professionally, and like, I'm a person that enjoys growing and learning
Hmm.
and trying to better myself, and I try to stay very positive. It ain't easy all the time,
No.
but you know, if you're going to do that, but you have that friend that they can't get out of their own way, they're their own worst enemy.
Wow.
That, you know, but you've known them so long that you don't want to completely cut them off.
You give them a little bit of grace
But
because of
you
your relationship.
really, I mean, you give them grace, but like, really, like, you really want to create as much distance as you can. Like, if you touch base or tell each other happy birthday once a year,
That's good enough.
cool. That's good enough. And then if you happen to run into each other and connect while you're out at something, or there's a traumatic life event, you know, someone mutually that y'all know died or something like that, you reconnect and you get to like spend a little bit of time, cool, but keep it at that. Like, if you're that person that is just negative and down, like, or you have Groundhog Day, like, you got other things you need to fix.
So what
and
about
address.
new relationships in your business and both of our business? Like mine, my business lives and dies by new relationships. So I have to be a social butterfly to say, you know, to a degree, or actually I just have to be. But what about you and what you do, being that your business is construction is pretty much a beacon. People come to you more than you go to them. Or am I wrong? Do you actually go out and how do you network outside of networking stereotypes? I'm just talking about in general. Or do you look for
It has to be
friendships
both.
A little bit of both?
Has to be both. Has to be both. Like, when you've been around long enough, obviously word of mouth and whatever marketing you're doing, if you're doing marketing and doing marketing right, should be bringing people into your world.
Are most of your friends based on business, or do you have any genuine friends and they got nothing to do with what you do for a living?
Both. But the best business relationships are based on trust. And how do you build trust without genuinely getting to know somebody?
True.
And either at least liking them enough to want to be their friend or close friend. If you approach it that way and you're building a relationship that way and really truly getting to know somebody, then you have trust. Then you can address what their needs are. I mean, because break it down to this, like, if it was an example of a construction manager, right, for a management company, he's managing a portfolio within that management company for a bunch of different owners, right? So if you're building a relationship with him, don't you want a good enough relationship to where you are clearly communicating, you really know, and like, is he trying to stay in that role? Is he new to that role? Is he trying to prove himself in that role? Like, what is that person trying to do? Because even though he's the one that called me for the bid, there's the ownership group that really owns the property. They're the ones spending the money to pay his fee and my fees if I'm awarded the job.
Mm-hmm.
So really, we're both working for the same man. So you want as good of a relationship with him to know what he's trying to do and what he needs to do to look good and for this to be a successful project for him, as well as yourself, for that owner. And if you can get all the facts and information to make that happen, you are clutch. You're gold in that.
But he is your, I guess,
because you're
line
both
of
working
introduction
in sort
to
of the
the
same
other
thing.
guy. Right.
And sometimes that gets very convoluted in our industry. Like, yeah, well, we hired you. Like, well, you shitting on me after you recommended me and got a bid from me to the owner because something has happened doesn't make me or you look good. You and me being able to solve the problems that come up through the construction job that is going on and successfully complete it to the satisfaction of both you and the owner is the ultimate goal for both of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we are on the same team. So you want to be able to bridge that gap and be on the same team, and you're both working to the same goal to make this owner happy because you got this job finished within the time frame, within budget, within a comfort level, within the proper communication. Like all these things factor in.
So do you think that you make better lifelong genuine friends through business versus the other way around? Because if you heard the saying that the one things that break up friendship and family are business. When you're friends and family first and you go into business, normally, I'm not saying it always happens, but that outcome, it can mess up a relationship versus you do business first and then become friends. I've kind of seen it be the outcome is better and long lasting if you do business first and then become friends. Because you can go into business with family or friends, and based on your relationships, one of the other takes advantage of that relationship, and they may not pull their weight, or they may differ from you or do whatever, and then the business goes, belly up based on the previous relationship. Versus I've done business with people and we become great friends. But I've had something that's gone bad too.
I was going to say, I think we could both argue this either way.
Maybe it is a 50-50. I don't want to, but you don't want to speak bad on either one. You want to hope that all of them are
No,
success.
I mean,
but it's just curious that people always say that.
But if we are being honest, and I mean that's a legit but tough question to ask.
I guess it depends on the people.
Because it does. It depends on the individuals. And I mean, I think depending on what point, I think it also depends what point in life is each individual at.
Very good.
Very
good.
What is the age gap? Because there are some that you can cross, and there's some that you can blend, and there's some that like you don't have to do anything. It kind of depends. I think it can work either way. I mean, I have good friends that were clients first, that through referral, through getting my foot in the door, maybe with somebody else in the company, but eventually doing a lot of work with X, Y, or Z. I've built those relationships into good friendships, but business did come first. That otherwise we wouldn't have met. I've also met people and not gone after business with them, really just wanting to know more about them and get to know them better, because either I liked what they were doing, I want to do what they're doing down the road, or I just genuinely think they're like an interesting or good person. And I have become friends with them, and eventually it comes up of like, well shit, our businesses actually could or should do work together, and then we start working together. So I've had it go both ways, and some of those grow really big and deep, and some of them, like they run their course. But you have to make sure that you're putting in your part of the relationship, is like my takeaway as I've gotten older. If you're doing your part and truly being invested in the or a relationship on a business or friend level, then do your part. But be quick to recognize when you're not receiving that in return. Because if you're not receiving it in return, you're wasting your time.
I've had to
then
learn.
just treat it strictly as business and not a friendship thing.
I've had to learn that the hard way, years and years, and just everybody that always wanted to partner or go into business and all that stuff, and and I've learned that everybody's not built for business, and that even at that time was including myself, and it's something that wife used to get my case about. You always partner with somebody and they steal your ideas and run with it. Or my grandmother used to always say, you need to learn how to play by yourself first. If you learn how to play by yourself, then you can allow the people into your circle. And then you find out that you really don't need people but for a certain part of your business. It doesn't mean a partnership. You just hire them out or you have them included in this part of it, but you still maintain control because everybody is not built for business. You may want it. Everybody thinks that owning your own business, and that's the bad part about it, it's painted as it's the great escape. When you're watching the Today Show and you see some executive quit her job and make cookies, then now nobody's talking about the $7 million she done saved up from her executive job, and she's good if she fails or if she flies.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks about that. Nobody talks about that. When you truly do work for yourself, you kill what you eat. You eat what you kill. And if you don't kill, you don't eat. And it's period. In the hard times, there's ups and there's down, and we're so busy putting in flesh, or that you may not hit your stride until you're 53 or 54 years old, because you've been trying so many times. And at the end of the day, so many people are not willing to put in the work. They don't realize that things take time, and we're in a microwave instant give it to me now. Even I've been figuring this stuff out with social media.
People don't have any discipline, man. Like,
that discipline to make a post every day is hard. That's why all my posts are midnight, because it's like the last thing I get 5 minutes to do before I go to bed. So I got to go to the patio, throw some lights on, say my little thing, and go to bed, because the whole day has just been crazy. And then you're also trying to make it something that means something. Like social media creators that are making their bread, I give them all the props in the world, because that is a full-time job. And the algorithm expects you to kick out 9, 6, 7, 10 time videos a day, because all it's about, what I realized as I studied it, they reward you for providing content to keep people watching. That's it. You are a content provider. So you're rewarded for the more content and quality content based on all of
comments, shares, likes,
all that. Like,
watch
it's
time.
crazy. And then they keep changing the rules as the taste keep changing. You have to adjust. I
don't think that they change the rules.
I'm talking about the algorithm.
No, I think people give too much. To me, and the more I've studied.
Here we go, y'all. He has a book.
Okay, this book.
The book is
any
sitting
of
on my
y'all
desk.
that are doing YouTube, get this book. Mr. Beast wrote the foreword. So, the YouTube formula.
It's on my desk, buried under a bunch of cologne boxes.
Like, you can make the algorithm an excuse, right? Like, I think the bigger issue is with, and I totally want to have a completely separate conversation about what you started this with at a later date, because I can't
You'll
dive
have to
into
remind me,
that.
because I don't remember 3 minutes ago. Go
All right.
ahead.
Well, I think as I get older and I look at things, the difference typically is you have to dream. You have to put pen to paper and outline what that looks like for you. What is it that you want? Like, what do you want to get? What does that look like? Because if you can't fully see that picture and envision that, you're already behind the 8 ball. Like, you need to be really clear on that. And that's something I've been working on a whole lot lately. Like, what do I want life to look like in 10 years? Should I make it another 10 years, right? Because none of us ever know, but like, what does that look like? Map that out. Now, you know what it looks like. Plan backwards.
Yeah.
Take that and literally write it out. Hell, you can throw it into Chat GPT and it'll help you do it. Like, but map it out, have a plan, and then follow the plan and have discipline, faith in your plan, and continuously do it. If something goes wrong, great. You're not going all the way back to zero. You just learned another lesson. Adjust your plan based on the lesson you just learned and keep going. But you got to have that discipline.
People,
and
it's so easy to fall back into that same old rut. It's so easy. The path of least resistance. Sorry. Right, like you said, it's discipline. I mean, like, the one thing I've always tried, so it's crazy, I get mad because I've got going to the gym and eating right and all that now it's a habit.
Yeah.
It is something that you do. I get up, no matter if the kids is in high school, whatever, I still wake up every single morning at the same time. I get up, I go work out, I do whatever. I've even graduated now to doing it on Saturdays.
All right.
So 6 days a week I work out. I'm still trying to, I still love to walk every day. At least if I get 3 walks in a week, that's good. But you ever notice where people get the energy to get their finances right when they want to buy a house? You watch every dime, you pay off everything.
If
it's that
they have
energy because I want that
audacious goal and they do it, then like they will lock onto that. But guess what?
How come you can't
Once
do that with
you have
everything?
that goal, they start planning for it. They'll do whatever. They singled out one goal, buying a house.
And now they're doing everything
and hell,
zeroed in.
Both the husband and the wife, they're zeroed in. They have one goal, one mission. That's it. They map it out. They plan it. What is it going to take for us to get here? And guess what? They do it.
But that's a singular goal. Now, if you're looking at your life backwards from, I always used to say from my funeral.
You got to do more things. But it's the same process.
Is it that hard to do multiple goals at once? Or for me, I call it just consistency. If you consistently do processes, the goals will show up.
I think you have to take time and reflect because I'm having to do this now. I have too many things going on. I have too many big decisions. So where do I need to simplify? What do I need to focus on? And man, I might take a day where like I feel like shit because in my mind and the way I operate, I didn't get shit accomplished.
I had that earlier this week.
Did I take that entire day to really think about, all right, like what are the most important things that I need to do right now? What are the things that I can actually tackle regardless of any situation, any circumstance? What are the things I can tackle? That is progress. It's not big chunks. It's consistent little chunks.
How do you eat elephant?
And if you do that, like, yeah, I mean,
One
like
bite at a time.
you gotta bite it off small, and like as long as you're getting at parts of your plan, you can adjust other things. It's just like Jim. Like I haven't been as tight on my diet lately, right? I'm maintaining, but I'm not like making progress like I should for the amount of work I'm putting in. I know why I'm not being as strict on my diet. You can't out-train a shitty diet.
So how often do you say that until you go back to what you were doing?
Oh, usually it doesn't last more than a week or two.
Okay.
And you know what? Sometimes you need those sanity breaks too. But it's just like the gym. Like, you ever feel like you go into the gym now? Like I had this day, I've had it twice this week actually, where you feel really good, you feel rested, you're actually excited about being in the gym, and you go start lifting, and the weight feels so fucking heavy. Like you thought you were gonna be able to go really hard today. Really, you're not. Like you actually had to take it back. Maybe you're doing lighter weight and more reps, because like for whatever reason, your body just ain't pushing the kind of weight you know you can push.
That was yesterday. That was leg day yesterday.
Right?
Yesterday. I sucked.
And like that's a mental thing. Like, but you still did it, right?
I still
like,
did everything.
You made adjustments, but you still did it. Like that's the difference between a lot of people. A lot of people going, oh, I'm not feeling it today. All right, I'm just going to cancel this.
Because then I would have felt like crap the rest of the whole day if I didn't go ahead and knock it down.
But that wasn't a norm for you, right? Like, because like, and there's days you go in and you might just feel okay. But when you start lifting, all of a sudden you're like, shit, man, this don't feel that heavy
Now,
today.
that was today.
Now you're stacking weight on.
I was
and you're
mad
like,
because I ran out of
shit,
time. I had to
put
leave.
245s on and benched.
Man.
And you're like, man, I pumped out 15 reps.
Yep, that was today.
I couldn't even do 8 a month ago.
I had 4 more exercises that I wanted to do today, and I ran out of time. Number one, all them damn kids are in the gym in the way, but I was feeling so good. I was like, man, I wanted to do more, and I couldn't because I had to go because I had to be to work. But it was like, man, it felt really good today.
But why do you think that is? Like, why is it you can go into the gym, even like us, for example, like we've been back in for a while, like it's becoming routine and habit. Like we both have pretty good discipline in going to the gym, right?
Yes.
Why is it though that like on some days when you feel really good and you're planning on going to kill it and you don't have the strength?
I think it has to reflect with your day before that you had.
Or maybe you go in and you don't feel that great, but now you lift like a damn beast and you feel the muscle pump and you feel jacked. You're looking at yourself in the mirror like, shit, look at that new vein or, whatever.
I think it's because it's the polar opposites. Because you don't feel good and you still but when you made the effort, it's like, I don't want to go. I'm debating if I'm going to go. But once you get in the car or the truck and you get there, you say, well, since I'm here, and then once you get into it, it's like a polar reaction that goes the opposite. And then the days that you go in and you're all pumped up and your body may be like, yo, man, you tried to kill me yesterday. I'm just not going to give it to you.
Yeah.
So but I think it's too, it's your mood and how the day prior could affect your whole mind. Because you can approach your work. I have certain things in my work that I hate. And I've even tried to tackle them first. And I'm trying to outsource editing. We've always talked about that. Editing, and I know I got to get it. And once I get it and get into my rhythm, I'm good. But you got to at least get to the point to where you can sit down undisturbed and get into a rhythm. Same thing with working out, same thing with everything.
I agree, but you got to have the discipline, man. Like, if you go in and do it, I mean, it's not like, and if you journal about these things and keep track of this, it's interesting to go back and read it. Like, and see, like you just said, what happened the day before? And then what happened today? And what happened the day after? Like, and just kind of like, what were your thoughts that day? What were you feeling? What were you thinking? Yeah. Because, and if you're married, this is the great thing. And my wife and I are getting much better at communicating this with each other. There's no greater tell than having your significant other be like, are you all right?
Yeah.
You might not even be feeling it, but she can see the stress or whatever all over you. You might not be able to see it. The same man staring at himself in the mirror, you might not be able to see it, but they see it.
Because you're too busy thinking about other things.
You need somebody or people to point that out at times. Like, shit, all right. And then it's like, well, shit, why am I feeling so run down? Like, damn, I really guess I didn't realize how much this stress is wearing on me.
Man.
Like, because everything else seems to be like,
my life.
You feel like you have it under control or you feel like you're doing what you need to be doing. And that can give you a different state of mind. But it might also make you oblivious to the fact that you're still wearing that all over you, that you're stressed the fuck out, or
because you go into man mode. You go into man mode. We have to provide. We have to take care of everybody, and we have to keep pouring out of our cups at all times. We have no choice because you are the man in the situation, and you got to make sure everybody is good. And I mean, you used to have your vice, like collecting things. Like yours used to be whiskey, because I know now you're kind of over that. The whiskey collecting thing. Mine is, colognes and stuff like that. I love it, but it's because it's a thing. It's a vice, or the gym, or whatever. But we don't never get time. And I'm not just saying men, because women do too. And we don't never take time to self-care for yourself, to where sometimes one day you just want to stop. Like I made this huge plan in ChatGPT, and I haven't had a minute to sit and look at it. Because then when I get home, I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm ready to go to bed. I'm tired because I got to get up tomorrow and start all over again. And then, like, even next week, I designated next week to do nothing because I got to go out of town. I got to do this. So let me take a few days to get right. Man, I've already booked 3 different things for next week already because I still got to kill because I got to eat.
Yeah.
So it's like, when do you get a chance to take
You
care of
have to
yourself?
make time for yourself. And that's something else I've learned as I've gotten older. Find ways to make time for yourself, whatever that means or is for you. Like me, one of my non-negotiables is the fucking gym. Because you know what? No matter how I felt, good, bad, indifferent, before I went in, I never came out feeling the same way.
I do admit, I'm ready to tackle
Or
the day when I
bad.
leave. When I
Like,
leave, I'm ready to go.
I don't. So, you can leave your stress, your worries, at least for an hour or two while you're at the gym, and be doing something highly productive and good for yourself. Like, I will do that the rest of my life. Like, I mean,
The gym and
I
my
think
walk.
it is that important.
My
Like,
walk I love because I'll get a book or a podcast or something, and I'll take that walk for 40, 45 minutes. And that right there, that is some me time. I can't do anything as far as planning, but at least de-stressing and just being free from everything except for myself for 45 minutes a night. When I can fit it in, that does work.
all right, I'm scrolling back because I want to say this right again. And I know Josh dropped me a nice little helper in here. If it didn't go away.
My
But
screen's way over there.
these
so I can't see it.
Marifels, if I said that right, Marifel. All right, we're going to assume it's Marifel.
Okay.
All right, they're legit worth the money. Like, I wouldn't
Payday
want to
tomorrow,
have
I'm
to
gonna have to
smoke
get one.
these every damn day, but if you are smoking shit of the caliber of Nelson Alfonso,
He called it shit, bro.
Atabay, Black Ritos, stuff like that, and a $30 to $50 stick doesn't bother you, and you're gonna go smoke a really nice cigar, or it's for a special occasion, these are pretty fucking good.
No, that's the Ernest. So that's the one that was supposed to have all the change and everything through it. Did you notice anything as you was talking and smoking?
It's definitely not as light as the other one. It's definitely peppery and got a lot more. It's where the other one stays on the lighter end the whole time. This one stays medium to medium plus the whole time.
We shall see.
All right, so
You gonna talk on the changes?
Yeah.
Change gonna come? Because I told everybody this is the end.
until Jacob brings me some Buffalo Trace.
Oh, Velvet, right
That
there. Look at
asshole.
old Velvet.
Y'all should have seen. He had these real sexy shorts coming on earlier.
And now,
And then Charles
looks like one
Barkley
of the-
called and said he wanted him back, but now he's all velveted suit up. He looks like one of the Frakes.
What the last name for you?
I mean, all right. So, a lot of y'all wanted to know what the big announcement is.
Well, I
What?
put on the title for this, The End. I said, Biz and Garrett talk about the end. That's what the
Oh,
title says.
I didn't even see that. So, yeah, see,
Listen,
now
the name of
he's
this episode is The End.
the end.
This is the last episode.
This is the last episode of Common Sense, the podcast, as you guys currently know it.
I was about to say that, but you beat me to it. Good job. Good job.
I mean, we set each other up like that, right?
Alley-oop.
It's like Robin and Batman. Like,
All day. I get to drive the car, though.
all right, that's cool.
So, what are we going to do?
What are we going to do? So, after a lot of contemplating,
3 years of learning.
3 years of learning, and some coaching, some self-reflection, and a big shout out to Bill Pasha. If y'all missed that episode, go back and watch that one.
Yeah, he Yoda'd the situation.
Legit hidden gem on so many things that apply to all of you in life. You don't have to be into radio or podcasting to have gained something from that show. But I will say this. Oh, my man.
Check this. You on it, dude.
On
I
it.
appreciate you, bro.
So, we're going to take a little hiatus. And if y'all have questions about this or want to talk about this more, let us know. But we're going to take a hiatus for an undisclosed amount of time. However long it takes for us to get this right, because I am all about, and this is me practicing what we preach, but we've done this for 3 years. We have a good idea of what we think really jives with our audience and what could make it jive more and what would have a bigger impact. And I think a lot of things are changing in both Biz and my life.
True that.
And I want Biz to be a bigger part of this. I think that is, it's something I've pushed for from very early on.
True.
And we do it at times, we don't do it at times, but we're going to tackle this from a whole new approach. Like, Biz and I are going to go back into the lab, and when we come back out, we're going to have a new product for you guys. Like, we're going to tackle a lot of the same things we do now, but you're going to have both of us on the camera. We will still have guests. Now, here's the part that made this decision so hard for me, and some of you are going to like this, and some of you won't. And I think the ones of you that don't like it initially will appreciate it in the long run.
I don't think nobody's not going to like it at all. I don't think it's going to be fire, period.
We're going to take away the live episodes. So, Common Sense, as you know it now, when it comes back, will not be live.
Nope.
It's going to be pre-recorded. It's going to be a way more valuable, insightful show and way more entertaining, but we need to add more production value to it. And Biz and I are going to go in the lab, and we're going to do that, and we're going to create that for you guys. But on a side note to that, I still want to give that live feel in a certain way. So we are most likely going to do something to the effect of a system like Patreon, so that if you want to support the show, you want to be a bigger part of it, you want to know who the guests and the segments and the topics are ahead of time, you can get that information early for a small donation to the show. It'll also be an opportunity for you to, we will pick, and there's no parameters to this yet, but we will have clear ones. Like, you will have the opportunity to present questions knowing who the guest is. The guest bios will be put out. The topics we will be discussing will be put out beforehand. So
now, also, it's not going to be just strictly like multifamily, things like that. We're going to combine.
No.
Where I had a podcast called Rewind and Press Forward and Rewind, and kind of what Garret does, and we're going to combine both of them. So it's going to be topics and things from my side of the world as well. So, you know, if you're 50 and over, starting over, or just other things in general. So we're really taking two different concepts, blending them together. We will differ on opinion on some things. We will have guests that appeal to a broader audience, but a refined audience.
A refined
audience. We're going to have a lot more fun with it, and the show is going to be a little bit more segmented with the ability of now being pre-recorded. I can go stupid crazy with production, and better place, different space, better attitude. Attitudes don't have to stay the same, but it's just going to have a bigger change to it to where it's actually going to be more entertaining.
Yeah, it's going to have a different feel, for sure. Like, and we want it to have a different feel, because a lot of the feedback we've gotten over the years, who's the guy talking in the background? Who's the guy off camera? And you know what? Biz and I complement each other very well. We both come from different backgrounds, different experiences. There's obviously a not major, but a minor age gap.
7-8 years.
Yeah. So, I mean.
But there's still some things that are in your age group that either I've already gone past or I may not resonate with, even though not much. But still, if you look at one spectrum side to the other, and including the guests that we have on, because we may have on DJs, We may have on somebody that's in multifamily. We may have on a politician. We may have on something, but it's more about the stories and how they resonate and relate to you, the audience, and our experiences versus just taking from our own personal grab bags.
Plus, we can agree to disagree
All the
and
time.
show multiple sides of things without disliking or hating each other. And we think the world needs a lot more of that. So we're going to try to wrap that all up into a nice little package for you guys. And I think as of now, see, I've had enough to drink. I'm going to tell more than I probably should. But
Can you do it in 5 minutes?
doing it 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Go ahead.
So we're going to break them down into smaller segments.
I'm going to get a wrap it up box too from the Dave Chappelle show. When you go too long, I'm going to get the little wrap it up box and set it out.
I want one of
Go
the
ahead.
hot buttons too.
Hello. Yeah. See, all this stuff is about to go down.
Yeah, like,
Well,
see,
go
we're
ahead.
going to have some segments, John. If you got suggestions for segments that you want to see us
That's
do,
true. That's true. I would like to
throw
hear somebody's
them out
feedback.
there.
If you want
Like,
a certain
we
segment,
want to know.
we're going to do hot takes and things like
Hot
that.
seat, debates,
Random words,
random words.
all that kind of stuff.
I mean, we're going to do some stuff within a series. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick topics. For instance, we might do 4 to 8 episodes over a normal time span. Like, we will still drop consistently on a certain day, but we might do a certain topic like sales and the psychology of sales. And
we touched on that a little bit today.
so we might do a whole segment or series on that. And each different part of that series for the 6 to 8 weeks or whatever it is will be us with another guest and these segments. And you'll know exactly what you can expect to get from it.
Oh, the biggest change? 1 hour episode.
Yes.
Just an hour.
Yep. That's another important thing.
Wrap it up box is going to come out at 59
Y'all are
minutes
going to get
and 50
the
seconds on
best
that ass.
hour of what we do. And they'll be broken down into smaller segments. So, and that's based off the analytics and the data. The data says you guys like the shorts, you like the nuggets, but not many of you are watching us talk for 2 hours. So that, and in all honesty, that was the hardest part for me. You know, I like the long format. I like doing it. And it doesn't
But I
mean
think
that
as long as you have
we're
to have
not
something
still
to say in an
going
hour.
to record for that long. Just what you're going to get as a finished product will be limited more down to an hour. And that's what you guys will get.
So it's going to be the same garage, but a way different car.
Yeah, we're going to change shit up drastically for y'all.
Fair enough, man.
And if y'all have suggestions or comments, like, please let us know what else you'd like to see.
Josh.
Or if there's guests you want to see.
Oh,
let us know.
we're going to bring on some different folks. Now I can go into my basket where you may see some people that you never thought you would. Yeah, trust me, it's going to be nice, man. So, but with that, we are approaching our actual 2-hour mark. I timed it, I looked at it, and I got to go pick up my little brother from work. So
We're getting there.
we're getting there.
Yeah. And he's got to go get Philip.
I do. I got to figure it out.
So, all right, man, we'll wrap it up.
So give me your 2 cents. So,
All right,
if
so
you had to give me your 2 cents on anything that's on your mind right now, give me your 2 cents.
no, that's too fucking dangerous.
In 2 minutes or less.
That's too
Give me your
dangerous,
2 cents
Biz.
on 2 minutes less.
No, I mean, I think you'll still see some of these key segments, but we're not going to end shows like that.
You don't want to
Like,
give me your 2 cents? All right, well, shit. I don't know how
No,
else you want to
I'm
end it.
thinking about it. I'm stalling, Biz. That was
Lord, you don't know.
like,
You don't know. I give you my 2 cents.
all right, yeah, do that.
Embrace the change. If you feel like you need to make a change, do it, and don't be ashamed of it. Love every minute of it. If it's the way you walk, talk, look, smell, change, whatever, just change it. And anybody shits on it, whatever, it's on them.
Yeah.
Because sometimes if somebody shits on your change, that means they're scared to change themselves. But the human being is the only animal that can change whenever it wants to. It can
Make
change
yourself
direction of
happy.
it. Yeah, man, just make yourself happy. This is the era of actually
If you're happy,
thinking about yourself.
if you're happy, others around you are gonna be happy.
Exactly.
Like,
And those that aren't, they'll fall off.
yeah, and maybe or they'll change because
That part
you
too.
could be inspiring or
You
motivation.
could be the
to them.
catalyst and the motivation
Like
for
you're
somebody
the
else.
only one that can control how you're gonna look at each day and each thing that fucking happens. Like
That is true.
I mean, if I got caught up with every little setback or everything that didn't go how I wanted or how I planned,
You would be nowhere.
I mean, shit, where do you go? Like, you can only control what you can control, but control what you can control. And focus on those things. Start with yourself. Like, that's the biggest thing I say.
Self-improvement is huge, man.
Man, like, and you know what? I can look back and we'll talk about this in other episodes, but like, when you start fixing yourself, others are gonna fuck with you. Others are gonna talk shit.
Yep.
They're gonna clown you. They're gonna make snide remarks because they don't want to see you really do it, or they just want to bust your balls, or I mean, there's a million reasons, but you're going to get that. You have to look past those things and do you.
Sometimes that's a mark of if you are actually improving.
Yeah.
You ever heard it like, if you don't have haters, you ain't working hard enough?
Yeah. I mean, you have to do those things, and you have to know along the way as you make changes for yourself or tough changes, there's going to be difficult times in that because it's not going to jive with every part of your current or past life. And if you're going to change and grow, you have to make those changes.
Fact.
And stand on what you believe in. And if you're doing it and you're consistent enough, you're not going to get as much kickback or have that much. I mean, yeah, people are still going to talk shit. They're going to poke fun. Whether you're bringing all your prepped meals to work, or you're spending too much time in the gym, or it's for your vanity, or
if you post your gym center today.
Yeah, or your gym center of the day.
I wonder whoever talks shit about that.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, my wife.
Yeah.
You know what? And I'll be honest too. I'll tell on myself right now. My wife busted my balls because like I woke her up because I turned the clothes steamer on in the bathroom to steam clothes. Mm-hmm. And she was like, "You seriously woke me up steaming clothes to go to the fucking gym?" And I was like, whoa. I'm not that vain. Hold up. No, I was steaming my clothes that I was taking to the gym to change into
to go to work. Okay.
To go to work. I was not like, I give 3 shits about my tank top, my t-shirt, whatever the fuck I'm wearing to the gym. Like, and I wear some crazy shit sometimes just because I like to do that. But yeah.
Not no tiger stripe leotards or some crazy shit.
No, but my buddy challenged me and like made a joke about me wearing my No Fear tank top from when we played baseball in high school. Guess what? My ass got on eBay. I got me an authentic No Fear with the eyes fucking tank top, bro.
Damn. That's different though.
Yeah.
That's different. But you know what? If it makes you feel good, man, F everybody else, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, when times are tough or you're not sure what to do, I'm going to tell you that the best things I've done for myself or learned to do for myself is focus back on me and what's important, whether that's your family, your wife, your kids, whatever. But simplify it back down to you. Like, when you start focusing back on yourself and getting yourself right, others will notice and see that, and that will change things for you.
You have to disappear for a while.
So
if you even have to disappear to get yourself straight, disappear for a little while, and then you come back different. It is what it is. I mean, and you learn how to embrace yourself. And I mean, me, the person that never, I've always wanted to be behind the camera, never be in front of it, whatever. Now, it ain't nothing. And that's what made me do my podcast. I had to start doing videos every day of myself to get over the fear of actually sitting in the chair and being on it and not picking myself apart and just exist and just be. Man, it's just trial and effort, but it's not for everybody, but just do something to make yourself feel good.
Absolutely, man.
Responsibly.
All right, so to wrap this all up, we're going to end this last show for the time being with the following. If you have ideas or suggestions or things you'd like to see, send them to us. Send them to me, send them to Biz. Doesn't matter. Send them our way. I'm not going to commit to how long it's going to be that we are on hiatus until we can get this all drawn out, thought out, prepared, and all the things done that we need to do.
Perfected.
To where when we come back, you can expect us to be coming back times 1,000.
Fair enough.
And that's how we're going to come back when we come back. But I'm not going to say that we won't maybe occasionally do a little pop-up here and there in between. Like, I can tell you for sure that we will not be back on a regular basis for at least a month and a half to 2 months. Like, that is minimal for us to achieve and do all the things we're going to do. But in that time period, you might see an announcement, or we might pop on and do some kind of pop-up live or something. Maybe it's because we want to test something, or we're playing around with something, or we want your feedback. So I encourage you to be a part of that if you would like, and we hope that you'll stick with us. And I can promise you that if you even halfway enjoyed what we did for the last 3 years, you're going to love what we come back with. Until then, I hope all of you stay safe and peace.